Hey guys, hope you're doing well. It's Ryan here at DP Marketing.Services and author on the book on digital marketing for plumbing and HVAC contractors. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well, staying safe, yada, yada, yada. So coming at your video today, I know a lot of guys probably maybe watching this video for the first time. If you've never heard of us or seen any of our videos, we work almost exclusively with plumbing and HVAC shops around the United States and Canada. We have a handful of contractors who are like electricians, and they kind of do standalone electrical work, but for the most part, most of our electrical guys are part of a multi-trade shop. But anyway, I digress. So we kind of focus on all things digital when it comes to marketing, contractors, home service companies, just like you probably, to help them get more leads using the internet. And so part of what we do is it's a technique called Omnichannel Marketing. So basically, like for us, we'd use multiple techniques to start maximizing your the leads you're able to get, your lead flow, and then minimizing your cost per lead over time. So there's a lot that goes into that, and that's not what this video is about. This video is about if you're looking to make a decision for a company that you're going to partner with for your marketing, what are a couple things that you should know? What are a couple things you should ask for? Things like that. So, for instance, this kind of came up about a week ago. There's an HVAC company in our market that I've known this company for a few years, but we can't work with them because we work with their competitor, but we still have a really good working relationship. But she asked me the other day, what question should she ask when she's looking to evaluate another marketing company? So, and I knew who she was looking at, so I kind of knew their strengths and weaknesses and the pros and cons of the different options. But I thought, this is probably worth just sharing basically some things you should consider when you make this decision. Because look, let's be honest, it's a big decision. It can often be an expensive decision. And so you want to make sure that you're being able to throw your dollars at the smartest option and the option that best fit your goals. So a couple things that I kind of ran through. One, make sure that you know your goals, right? You know that what's important to you, the things that you want to track, the market you're trying to reach. Know the specifics of what you're looking to accomplish. Because if you reach out to a company, it doesn't matter who the company is, and you're like, well, I want this, or I just want more calls, or I really don't want anything, I just need to make a change. It's going to be really hard for somebody to succeed if there's not clearly defined objectives that you're trying to reach. So for instance, a lot of our companies, they're trying to get on page one on their most searched for terms. They're trying to hire more techs and grow their business, trying to open a new second location, something, right? There's a goal that we can go, great. We can start putting in the work to making sure we can hit that goal eventually. Another thing that for us, it's really important, make sure that the company doesn't work with a competitor in your area. We kind of had to learn this the hard way, to be honest. But if you basically, if you're trying to grow your business, and if you're trying to get more leads, get more calls, make more money, if the company you're partnering with is doing the exact same thing for somebody who's literally across the street from you, that company at some point is going to be at a conflict with themselves. A lot of companies have like a per market limit of 1, some do 2, some are 3, some don't have any per market limit. And I'm not knocking one thing or another. That's not really the point. But just be mindful if you're working with a company to help you get more leads, and they're also working with your competitor, at some point it just becomes practically limited on on where the allegiance is. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So one, know your goals. 2, try to work with someone who doesn't work with your competition. 3, this is a big one again for us. We look for companies who aren't just trying to hire something, have it done, and then walk away. We our goals, we really want partnerships with the companies we work with. We want to know how things are going in the office. We want to know the quality of the leads that they're getting. We want to figure out, are there things we can do on the CSR side or on the tech side to help boost the revenue that you're able to get per call. We really want to do more than just be some company that you write a check to, but you don't know what they're doing, and we don't know what you're working on. We really want to be more tightly linked than that. So be involved. Be involved with the company that you select. Find a company that is involved with what you're trying to do, because you really need both people working in the same direction to see the best results, right? Those are big ones. There, another question we get asked a lot. So number 4 would be like, is it good to have a company who's like an all-in-one shop versus a standalone if you just kind of a la carte services? There are different pros and cons on each option. Some shops might make more sense to do everything like in one shop, like they do everything from the website to the SEO to the pay-per-click. Great. Another shop might make more sense for them to like piecemeal out stuff out. I don't think that there's like a universal right or a universal wrong. It just really is what is the core capabilities of the agency you're partnering with. So for instance, for us, we're not really skilled, for instance, in logo design. That's not our forte. That's not what we're staffed to do. In fact, I would make the argument that logo design is its own like art, right? So it's something we just don't do. We could probably contract somebody to do it, but that's not the point. The point is there are companies who only specialize in logo design and branding. That's all they do. And they just stay in their lane, and they do a very, 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 very good job with everything related to logo design and branding. There's no reason for us to try to suck that in and try to step on their feet. We'd rather augment the work that they've done, right? Take their solid logo and their solid brand design, and we'd rather take that and provide a complete digital package, right? So for us, that's where we take things to the next level. So it's not necessarily everything's a one shop and that's great, and everything's a la carte and that's great. It really is what's important for your goals and what are the core capabilities you're trying to get. Every agency, even those who have everything in one house, will have certain things that they do better than other things. And that's just the way it is. So know what the capabilities are that you're looking for. There are, so that would be kind of, I think number 4, number 5, I don't remember. Another thing maybe to keep in mind, it's, understand like what you're getting with the services. So it sounds weird, but a lot of guys don't, they have no idea. So now to be fair, there's a lot of confusing terminology that gets thrown out, especially like in the digital marketing landscape. And so make sure that you understand, with the services they're providing, if they're like hiding any sort of like ad spend with Yelp or Facebook or Google, like in a retainer. You want to know like what percentage of what you're paying to them goes to Google or Yelp or Facebook, and what percentage goes to them. There's no right or wrong number. You just want to know what they are. And you want to know the services that they're providing, right? So if they're doing like SEO for you, SEO is a big umbrella term, and it could mean for a lot of companies like paying $50 a month to set up a Yext listing. And for some companies, it could be technical and on-page SEO and off-page SEO and like regular blog updates. And there's really a lot that can go into it. So when somebody says the terms like, hey, you're getting SEO, like what does that mean? What's included? What sort of limits? Again, there's not necessarily right or wrong. Just know what they are. When they talk about things like PPC management, there's no right or wrong necessarily. Just know what they are. Don't get lost in, well, I paid them to do this and I paid them to do this, and get lost in the really vague idea. Be one of those business owners who understands, okay, they're doing 20 hours worth of SEO. They're doing, X many revisions on the PPC per dollar spent, whatever. Understand kind of the intricacies of the relationship you're working with. Because again, it's about helping your business, right? It's not about bleeding you out. It's not about hurting. It really should be helping take your business to the next level. And so the more informed you can make these decisions, the better off you'll be. In my experience, I tend to find that the larger shops look very attractive on the outside. They've got really solid sales presentations. Their follow-up is impeccable. But once you kind of sign the contract and once you're paying them, then everything else kind of drops off really fast. That's not that all large companies are that way, but at some point there's like a quality control problem when a company is, has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of employees around the United States. It's hard to maintain quality work between thousands of clients, as you could probably guess. But I'm rambling a little bit, so I'm sorry about that. I would love to hear from you. What things are important for you when you hire a marketing company? What things do you look for? What things have you been burned by in the past? I just like to hear. So if you would leave a comment below. As always, guys, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll see you next time. See ya.